Sorry for that to go cut it off quickly. So I want to say this, man. This is what I want to say. As far as the black person fatigue, one thing I want to talk about is that there's two sides to this. Okay, first thing is when we say black fatigue, what they're talking about is the matriarchal gynocentric shit. That's kind of what they're talking about. Shout out to Archer. You know, the matriarchal gynocentric, black women basically showing their ass and daring somebody to slap shit out of them. That's essentially what they're talking about. Black women basically like being on some who gonna check you bullshit, and you're gonna get what you asked for. That's really what they're talking about. And the reason why I know that's the case is because if black men were out here doing the most, doing the quote unquote most.com like that, we already know that people would not have a fucking problem handling black men, locking these niggas up, like just putting the screws on black men. We know this because honestly, that's par for course. It's really on some give me a reason type shit. You could throw in there some Carmelo Anthony shit and all of that, but the reality is, when you look at, shout out to People Lessons, when you look at like these women, these females twerking, busting a twerk, getting hit by cars, just doing crazy ass shit, even that statue that's in New York, which the fact that black women, like any black woman in the defense that, you know what's crazy? You'll have people say that black men don't support the black female image. There's no way that you can support that statue and tell me you give a fuck about the black female image. Like, there's no way you can tell me that. But the point is, I'm not even justifying it, but that's what they're talking about. Here's why I have a problem as to what I said in the first voice note. Black people are not willing to say that's what the issue is. So what they typically do is they say, what black people will typically do is black people put it on all black folks and just say we have a cultural problem, but they're doing it as a matter of appeasing white people. And so they're not really interested in really solving the problem. They don't really have the balls to really go to the mat to really solve the issue. Because and really what's going to end up happening, I've told you all what's going to end up happening. When they start to put the screws on folks, yeah, black men are going to get fucked up because we always do. But they're going to put the screws on the women. They're not going to be able to just concentrate on the men, because the women are where a lot of these white bitches are getting this shit from. At least they're going to blame black women for it. And so when they put culture in the box, that's going to happen. Whether it happens to Red, whether it happens to Glorilla, whatever. They're like, and so you see black men getting hemmed up right now, but eventually, and I'm telling black women, when they come for you, there's not going to be anything black men can do. You're going to be the victim you want to be. And while you're sitting there blaming black men and saying you're not protected, you're going to get the screws put on you. That's like that part of it. The other part of it is the bullshit of it. Now, SWP's main, point is that you get the black people you created, which I don't disagree with that at all. That being said, it is not on black men to save black women when black women have worked this hard to clearly get that kind of attention from white folks. They have worked very hard to basically put themselves out here in that type of way. And you let them get their flowers and they're gonna be on their own. They don't give a fuck. So there's that. But the flip side, when it comes to white folks, when white folks want to sit here and be like, there's black people fatigue, I said this before, I'm going to say this again. There is no media outlet, that includes owned by social media, that's owned by black people. If you have this fatigue, it is because these images are being put in front of you by people that look like you. And so you need to take that shit to them. But understand, take that shit to them. But this bullshit about black people, like this shit about us, every time we're trying to push the envelope on shit that we want, they're talking about black fatigue, even though they got Donald fucking Trump. The whole White House is damn near all white people. Somehow y'all got fatigue. This is why I keep telling you, these motherfuckers they don't understand what the real issue is. Notice how the fact that you had a white woman talking about having black fatigue, that should tell you that black people are on their mind a hell of a lot more than they should be. And so when a lot of people be saying they don't think about you like that, that's a motherfucking lie. The way they make it sound, they're just inundated with images of you that they just can't escape. The way they make it sound like. And so at the end of the day, you know, it's going to be a lot of stuff that when it really happens, it's going to happen fast, it's going to happen hard, and it's going to, a lot of these motherfuckers going to be acting like it's an apocalyptic event because they're not going to have nowhere to go to. And at the end of the day, they're just going to have to be allowed to fall through the cracks, yo. And it's going to be dudes, and the dudes that can't help but try to save them, you need to let them niggas go too. Because them niggas are going to be a problem. Because eventually, they're going to try to keep pulling on people to try to help them. And really, you're just enabling people to do the bullshit. But yeah, man, they're letting you know. And a lot, like, especially like Michelle Obama saying the stupid shit you want. All that stuff basically compounds on itself. What's up, Marcus? Make sure y'all check out Marcus's live streams, man. I've been sharing them. Make sure y'all check them out. He said America is the new Chicago. They're just not. I mean, let's just keep it real. A lot of this shit has to do, ultimately, this is the corporation. You have to blame somebody. This is the government's fault and the corporation's fault. Essentially, the winner is a symptom of a society that's built on hyper-consumerism. And now that America is starting to be affected at a geopolitical level because of this hyper-consumerism and cheap goods that are basically there for, distracting people that your quality of life has gone down because you can buy cheap goods and products. So you don't need as much money as you otherwise used to need. So that can go up to the rich. That's the real issue. But the thing about it is what they essentially did was they do a lot of keep away. So you have all this bullshit. And then they use the women as a buffer class. So because the women are fucking stupid. I'm not even going to sugarcoat that. Most of the females are fucking dumb. So they're invested in society actually doesn't benefit them. Thank you, bro. We hit a beehive with that short about men not caring about women. And the money make 40,000 views on TikTok, and they're barking in the comments. Oh man, yo, man. Shit. Put that link in the comments if you can. I don't know if you can, but I definitely want to see that TikTok. Is that TikTok like under your? Where can I find it? What's your TikTok, man? Because I'll definitely share your TikTok. Is your TikTok Marcus A. Brown as well? Because I'll definitely share that around, man. He said it's on your IG and TikTok. All right, man, I'll find it. Yeah, man, TikTok is the shit. Yo, I definitely can see you doing well on TikTok, for real. Because you got the personality for it. He said MAB experience. All right, yeah, glad to see you back hitting the social media thing again. Yeah, I gotta do a live to kind of, interview or something when I get the chance, because we gotta get some of this stuff cracking. But yeah, man, I mean, at the end of the day, man, these chicks are in a daze, man. They don't know what they talking about. All they trying to do is just say they don't like shit and give reasons. That's it. They don't know what to do. They don't really understand what's coming. Unless that shit touches them directly, they really think they can either get on OnlyFans, sell pussy, stick niggas up. He said the one that says that men don't care. Yeah, I'll find it. In fact, I gotta exit this live right now, but I'll look for it right now. I'll make sure I share it. All right, y'all. This is Edward signing off.